Alright, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. Lil Cam, a well-known member of Fifth Ward, mob ties, and alleged killer of the deceased rapper Takeoff of the Migos, was shot and killed earlier today. That's what the headline says of this article. So I guess they're pinning the murder of Takeoff on Lil Cam. This gets deep because Fifth Ward mob ties is J Prince Jr.'s movement. Everybody from back in the day who subscribes to hip hop, who is a part of the Southern rap generation, hip hop generation, earlier years, say from the 90s to the early 2000s, you know of J Prince. Okay, Rap-A-Lot Records, you know of J Prince. So his son has his own movement going on, and it's called Mob Ties. Mob Ties, tied to the mob. The name alone says a lot. Now, if you remember the whole situation of how Takeoff and Quavo ended up at that party, then you will know that they were invited because this was a private event, right? And they were invited as celebrities. If Takeoff and Quavo shows up to your event, it gives your event clout. It gives your event more oomph. You must really be somebody for these multi-millionaire, young, famous musicians to want to attend your private event. DJ Academics already pretty much broke this all the way down, so I'm not going to get too much into the logistics of how the parts and pieces moved around. But what I think is crazy is the fact that someone famous was invited to your event. You invited them to your event, and then one of them ended up getting killed. Come on. Logically, if you invite some famous person, a wealthy person, to your event, young millionaire, you're going to make sure that not even a fly lands on that person. So for Takeoff to end up here, with rumors spreading around that Takeoff had disrespected J Prince Jr. before, I don't have any record of that, but it is said that Takeoff had disrespected J Prince Jr. before. And we heard that before we heard the name Lil Cam. So I guess the plan now is to put the murder on Lil Cam and get Lil Cam out the way. That way we can say, hey, Takeoff is dead. Lil Cam killed him. Lil Cam got killed. Problem solved. End of story. Nah. More in this video I'm going to speak on if I were the other two members of the group Migos. As we all know already, they're all family. You got Offset, who's married to Cardi B. You got Quavo, who was there with Takeoff. We're going to talk about this in a minute because people are saying a lot. People are saying Quavo sacrificed Takeoff to further his career. This was an industry sacrifice. People are saying, why are they being so quiet? Talking about Quavo and Offset. Why are they being so quiet? Why haven't they said anything yet? People are saying a lot. I'm going to tell you what I would do or what I would be doing if I were them. This news article says a few days ago, rapper Takeoff was killed in a shooting incident in Houston. Many have linked Lil Cam to the shooting and framed Lil Cam as the person who murdered Takeoff. However, the investigation was going on as the officials have yet to come to a conclusion that Lil Cam was actually the killer. Most people are saying it is him. He was the killer. But I want you to understand who Lil Cam is so you can understand how impressionable Lil Cam might be. Lil Cam is 16 years old. Lil Cam was a rapper, producer, songwriter who came from a small town in upstate South Carolina. His real name is Joshua Isaiah Cameron, and he grew up on the streets of Pendleton, which is also known as Pimp Town. Lil Cam was a member of the rapping group Fifth Ward Mob Ties. He was a talented youth who had a number of songs, and he frequently performed on the streets. Recently, his name was linked to another rapper's death, Takeoff's death. You know this young 16-year-old who's trying to be famous, who's seeing all his dreams materialize because he has ended up in the company of J. Prince Jr., the son of the boss, J. Prince Sr., the father. If you end up in that company, you're around people who are making real moves in the industry in which you're trying to go. At 16 years old, seeing all these fancy cars, all this money moving around, all these so-called gangsters moving around, you start to think you've arrived. Lo and behold, it is listed that Lil Cam was security at that same party for J. Prince Jr. And he is listed as a member of the Mob Ties, Fifth Ward Mob Ties group. They say it's not a gang, it's a rapping group or a rap group. You know how them RICO charges come through. Just like, with Young Thug, YSL, and now they're in court saying YSL stands for something else other than what they're claiming it stands for, as in a record company. They're saying it's not a record company. It's an offset of a blood gang, and it's a gang. And they do illegal and illicit shit to further their agenda and to enhance the gang. And they hide it all behind music. People are saying the RICO charges are coming because this kind of looks like that's what's going on over here with Fifth Ward Mob Ties and Lil Cam. Somebody might have told Lil Cam, put the hit in, we got you. Make sure that motherfucker don't walk out of here breathing. It is said that Lil Cam grabbed Takeoff and shot him in the head. Grabbed him and shot him in the head. This is why the young lady that was there, that was filming, the young lady that was there that said she saw everything, and Takeoff was not hit by a stray bullet. When she said that statement, you listen to that statement, Takeoff was not hit by a stray bullet. And it was not over no dice game. I said, wow. But how would she know? And then later on it came out, Lil Cam did it. And other people described how he did it. He just grabbed him, shot him in the head. That was the first shot. We know he died from 2 shots, one in the head and one in the stomach, right? We don't know which one he got first. According to eyewitnesses, we don't even know if it's the same gun that shot him. Somebody else might have shot him in the stomach because the green light was put out on Takeoff. They green lighted Takeoff. Now you're going to ask, who green lighted Takeoff? Well, who was considered to be the boss? Whose party was that? It's the only way that somebody like Quavo and Takeoff could come to your party and not leave safely. They were green lighted. The funny thing is, it didn't happen inside of the party. I remember the nurse saying how Quavo was acting. She said she was there doing her chest compressions and stuff. She was trying to save Takeoff. And when she finally realized she wasn't going to be able to save him because he was gone, she looked at Quavo, and Quavo said, he screamed out, "No!" And he grabbed her by her collars, pulled her up. No! Could you imagine how painful this must be? I'm going back looking at pictures of Quavo and Takeoff when they were little, look like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. These guys have had a hell of a ride together. They really came up together, and they really are blood related. So, what would I do? But let's talk a little bit more about Lil Cam. So, story breaks, Lil Cam shot and killed in Houston. I thought, how convenient. The young rapper Lil Cam has been shot and killed in Houston by an unidentified man. He was shot dead in Houston on Friday, November 4th, 2022, late at night while he was out for some unknown business. The news about Lil Cam's death first emerged through Twitter as fans claimed that Takeoff's alleged killer had been killed in Houston in a shooting incident. Upon further investigation, the reports seem to be true and Lil Cam has passed away. Now, why was Lil Cam shot dead? Well, the investigation into Lil Cam's death is still continuing, and it's unknown exactly why he got killed, but people are speculating. Lil Cam was only 16 years old. That's a baby. And it's believed that his death has something to do with some type of rapping gang rivalry. Many also believe that he was shot because he's seen as the person who killed Takeoff. The exact motive behind his death has not been confirmed by law enforcement yet. People are saying, listen, them boys came in from ATL. Others are saying, the streets are talking. And the streets are saying Quavo, Offset, they're being quiet. They're being quiet because they don't want no police stuff and no arrest. They want revenge. In honor of Takeoff, they want revenge. Listen, if I were Quavo and Offset, I would want revenge. Let's talk about what I would do. I would want revenge. I would want blood. I have millions of dollars I could throw at the problem and not get my hands dirty. I would want blood. And I would plan and I would strategize and I would get it in blood. Being a fan, just looking in and seeing this, it hurts to even look in and see it. It hurts because it wasn't just no regular dude. It was somebody that was legendary. I don't know if people really understand the impact that the Migos had on hip hop, rap, on our culture, fashion, slang. These guys came through and changed a whole lot. So to see them taken out, or any one of them go out like this, at the hands of what I call a nobody, and not a nobody as in you're not nobody because everybody is somebody, but at the hands of someone who is not as accomplished. It's sad. So yeah, I would get mines in blood. Hey man, leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what you think about this one. The question of the day is, if you were Quavo or Offset, or Quavo and Offset, what would you be doing right now concerning Takeoff's death or his murder, would you be looking to get this back in blood, or would you leave the rap game, or would you stay quiet, or, I mean, say what you do, and I'll meet you in that comment section. I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.